Hello, I believe we should be live. Hello, how's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to my live stream. Today we're going to be talking about episode 94 of Pokemon Horizons, the return of Mollie. Also, Hattrem Terastalizes in this episode. And we have another Pokemon that's influenced by the Requiem, so yeah, there's that. Anyways, how was this episode? So, before we get started, I just want to give, a little heads up to the people that are new here, kind of what we do here. So, usually I give it a couple minutes at the beginning of the stream for people to show up, start showing up in the chat. After about 5 to 10 minutes, I will begin talking about my thoughts on the episode, give a summary of the episode, assign a rating to the episode, and then I move over to the chat to see what they think. And then we talk about whatever from there. So, usually, talk about what we think is coming next, or the next episode, the preview, and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's typically what we do here. Another thing I'd like to mention is the music you hear in the background comes from a separate stream, the Video Game Study Lounge from Game Shops. Lo-fi video game remixes along with some originals here and there. Yeah, in fact, you can hear some Pokemon music in there. And a fun fact, I was actually listening to this the other day. Apparently there's a lo-fi remix of the Pokemon the first opening in English. The Gotta Catch 'Em All. Yeah, there's a lo-fi remix of that. It's pretty cool. So if you want to check that out, it's in links in the description. Obviously, I'd prefer if you check it out after the stream, but it's there. But yeah, it's cool stuff. Anyways, yeah, let's see who's here. It looks like Sharon's here. Hello. We'll talk about episode 95 later in the live stream. But if you're here, go ahead and vote in the poll if you haven't already. Also, hit that like button if you haven't already. If you've done both, then you've done your part. But for the people that are showing up and they haven't done that, I would really appreciate it. Let's try to get the 10 likes here. Can we get the 10 likes before I even start with my summary? 8.5 out of 10. Cool. Hope you're doing well on this Saturday. Maybe one day I will get back to doing these live streams at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Hopefully we'll be approaching that point soon. That's burying I don't have something to do, which I was busy again today, so maybe next Saturday we'll get back on track, but we'll see. I'll talk about Hattrem's development in this episode. Yep, we'll get there. Again, if you're just showing up, go ahead and hit that like button and vote in the poll. We're at almost 10 likes. One more and we're at 10, guys. Can we do it? Can we do it? Let's go. One more like. And it looks like we did it? Maybe? Hattrem Terastalizes, yeah. Sup, Thomas, by the way. Now, Kilowattrel is the only one left to terastalize. Well, this gave me some hope that that's coming soon. Yeah, we hit 10 likes. Thank you all. And the next goal is going to be 20. Can we do it? Gotta keep upping the goal. Hey, look, guys. Pokemon lo-fi music. Hope you like it. Good stuff. An unwavering heart. 8.5 out of 10. And Mitch, you got what you wanted for so long. I know, buddy. What have I been wanting for a long time? The secondary Pokemon to Terastalize? At least we got one of them. Okay, now next up is going to be either Kilowattrel or Tinkatuff. That's when Dot decides to come back out into the open down the road. Okay, we're about 5 minutes into the stream, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking about episode 94 of Pokemon Horizons. Don't know exactly where we're at. We're in an anime-exclusive town and forest in this episode. I'm just going to assume we're in Johto somewhere because we're pretty much in that vicinity. But, pretty much, Mollie works at this Pokemon Center here. Interesting enough, we have a... I like how, like, she's hanging out with a bunch of Nurse Joys, and her mom's essentially an older Nurse Joy, but she doesn't look... She looks similar. She's got the hair, but other than that, she basically is herself. I wonder what caused her mom to name her Mollie instead of Joy. But anyways, that was pretty neat that we actually met her mom, and she's just an elderly Nurse Joy. Pretty neat. Anyways, she ends up... her shift's over, but she ends up heading out into the forest because there's some Pokemon that need her help. Meanwhile, Liko and Roy happen to be in the area. They're just chilling at the Pokemon Center, but they overhear that some people are coming in and they're having some issues in this forest. Their Pokemon ended up getting poisoned and they had to take it in to get checked out. And it seems like there's something going on, so Liko and Roy decide to investigate. And they do so, and they end up getting freaked out a little bit in the forest, which I thought was kind of funny, before actually finding Mollie. And we get our reunion with Mollie. And she's been working at this Pokemon Center since basically the Rising Volt Tacklers disbanded. And Liko and Roy are like, yeah, we're reforming the Rising Volt Tacklers. And this kind of annoys Mollie, who's like, you shouldn't call yourselves that because we disbanded the Rising Volt Tacklers. Don't you remember? And we get a flashback of when that happened. And, you know, they couldn't find Freed anymore. Their engine was busted. And yeah, they basically accomplished their main goal of taking Terapagos to Rakua. And they assume that the Rakurium was completely dealt with. So yep, for all intents and purposes, you know, it's time for us to kind of go our separate ways. And at first, Roy and Dot protest. They don't want to separate from everyone, but Liko, on the other hand, ends up agreeing, and they decide to just all go their separate ways. Now back to the present, you know, they're arguing with Mollie a little bit here, and they basically say, like, she's basically like, you don't need to call yourselves that. Detach yourselves from that name. It's only, you know, it's only bad news considering, you know, all the stuff the explorers have spread about us. But Liko and Roy protest and say, no, we're going to openly be part of the Rising Volt Tacklers. And I will say, I'll admit this from what I said last week in last week's episode. I felt like last week's episode was a bit filler-esque, but turns out we got a little bit of a continuation from that episode, and how basically they met someone that, you know, disliked the Rising Volt Tacklers, but they convinced them that they're not bad people. So they're slowly rehabilitating their image, and so they want to continue on as a as a member of the Rising Volt Tacklers. So I thought that was pretty neat. But anyways, we run into the main problem in the episode. It's a Vileplume that is stuck on Rakurium, so we have to deal with that. Interesting enough, the two starters get taken out pretty much immediately. They get poisoned, there's nothing much they can do, so they end up getting recalled. So, yeah, the starters actually were the ones that kind of got sidelined here, which I thought was kind of funny. But Roy takes out Lucario, which is not affected by poison, so that's a smart move. Unfortunately, when it makes contact with Vileplume, you know, it gets paralyzed due to its ability. So, there's that. So eventually Liko brings out Hattrem. And yeah, they're kind of struggling quite a bit. You know, it does use Confusion on Vileplume, which is super effective, but it ends up using Giga Drain on it and Lucario. But another thing that's kind of interesting here is that Mollie is taking care of the Mousehold, the little mice. And they're actually kind of playing a support role, and they're actually helping out in this battle against this Vileplume. And they end up actually creating an opening for Hattrem, in which Liko actually ends up Terastalizing Hattrem, which is the first secondary Pokemon to Terastalize. So neat! It eventually ends up landing a pretty powerful attack on it. I believe it's a powered up confusion attack, which brings Vileplume down, and another one would defeat it. But Hattrem, sensing Vileplume's feelings, decides not to carry on and attacking it. And Liko feels the same. They feel like it needs to be healed rather than attacked any further. So they struggle a little bit. Kilowattrel helps out as well. Ends up getting taken down though, and Hattrem ends up getting poisoned. But they try using Heal Pulse on it, but Chansey comes in, helps out, and then Hattrem ends up learning a new move, Healing Wish, which calms it down finally. Terapagos removes the Requiem from it. And yeah, it's good now, but, not good, I guess I should say. It needs immediate medical treatment, so they take it to the Pokemon Center. It's healed. They take it back to the forest. It feels bad for hurting its friends. So, but they end up accepting it, so all's well that ends well. But Mollie ends up staying behind. They invite her to go travel along with them, which she actually thinks is pretty interesting. However, she decides to hold back, so, in the event they decide to travel once again on the Bravasagi, then she'll, join back up with them. So, kind of what I predicted in my video the other week. I had a feeling that, I'm like, Mollie's not going to go with them. She's probably going to stay behind, but she'll probably go with them when the time comes. Once we kind of gather all the Rising Volt Tacklers up. Or we'll eventually, it's the Orla, who will probably have the ship all repaired. We'll set out and we'll pick everybody back up. But as they're kind of walking around in the forest, they end up coming across an Exceed building. Which, well, that kind of makes sense that this Vileplume was going crazy, because there's an Exceed building that's just nearby, so they're probably experimenting a little bit. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of this episode. So, overall, I thought this was a pretty good episode. I actually really enjoyed this one. I really like this one. It's better than last week's episode, in my opinion. Mollie, I kind of like that she went back, to her old career, which she's not fond of, but she did it while also helping out the wild Pokemon in the area. But she also has that drive to go back out and help Pokemon in the wild, across the Pokemon world. So we'll eventually get her again. So yeah, I did find it neat that we actually met her mom, who is an elderly Nurse Joy. So interesting. I'd like how it's just like everyone's a Nurse Joy except for Mollie. She's just Mollie. So is there any other ones that are like this? There's another one that has a more, normal name, I guess. But, yeah, I like this one. I like the strategies used. I'm very happy with how the secondary Pokemon are being treated so far this arc. It's like they took the criticism that a lot of us had about, like, all the Pokemon just not really doing much. And the starters hogging all the attention. And it seems like they, took that to heart, because so far they're doing pretty good. I'm just going to be waiting to see how Dot and Tinkatuff is going to be handled whenever Dot comes out of her shell and is back out hanging out with us. So I'll be looking forward to that. But overall, I thought this was a solid episode. I don't really have too many complaints about this one. I don't think I have any, really. I think this was a solid episode all around. It's between an 8 and a 9 for me. So, so far this arc, there's only one episode that I felt was just okay. The rest has been pretty good. So far, I think this Mega Voltage might actually end up being the best arc in the series so far at this rate. I just think that next week's episode is going to be... I guess we're going to see Alt is back. He wasn't in this episode, neither was Dot, but... I guess Alt's presence not being in the episode, I guess, ended up helping it out. But I am curious about next week's episode. I'm going to use the restroom really quickly, but you guys keep chatting. When I get back, I'll get caught back up in the chat, and then we will continue our discussion. But I got to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back, y'all. You guys keep on chatting in the chat, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Just gotta check something outside. Alright, I'm back, y'all. Okay, anyways, yeah, it's supposed to be getting a package here for Matt, so I've been kind of keeping an eye out for that, but so far, nothing has shown up at my door. Anyways, let's see where we left up in the chat. I'm so glad that their secondary Pokemon are doing more. Yep. Miraculous Holder 365, what's up? Glad to see an Apom because I loved Ash and Dawn's Apom. Gotcha. Thought this episode was good. Me too. I looked up that there were also Nurse Joy children that appeared in Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, you're right. Now we got elderly Nurse Joys too now. Mollie is just the odd one out, I guess. So I kind of wish Hattrem learned a stronger psychic move instead of another healing move, which is kind of redundant. I get that, but like, I mean, it's kind of more reserved for like a support role, I guess. So I think that this kind of was fitting for it personally. But I can see what you mean. Maybe we'll get one later down the road. Maybe when it evolves eventually. If it evolves. No, it seems like Liko will catch Chandelure because Chandelure can sense negative feelings and energies. It can help locate the Pokemon infected with the Recruium. This episode had a lot of ghost references. Yeah, you know, you bring up a good point. That actually would be helpful for her, Liko. Be an interesting Pokemon for her to have. I wouldn't expect her to get Chandelure, though. I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, Kilowattrel getting knocked out quickly still means it is getting done dirty a bit. Yeah, but it's not... It wasn't the focus here, so I'm not too upset. And not to mention the starters kind of got sidelined harder this episode, just saying. Yeah, hopefully it'll get its time to shine. I'm just liking the fact that the secondary Pokemon have more relevance. Which is good. Let's continue this. And maybe we'll get Kilowattrel Terastalizing here soon. So based on the preview for the next week's episode, Alt seems to be angry with Roy about something. I don't know. Yeah, it's missing a bit of context. I'm wondering if there's something that happened beforehand. Like, did like something happen here where like Alt lost a battle or something like that, and Roy was trying to like not necessarily comfort him, but like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, man, or something. But he just kind of just shrugged him off. So it makes me wonder if we're going to get a little bit of more characterization for Alt. I'm wondering if maybe he's going to. I'm wondering if he's going to see the Recruium in action here and maybe flirt with the idea of using it on his Pokemon at some point, like Sableye, in order to get one up on Roy, you know? I'm wondering if we're heading in that direction. I guess we'll see, but like I'm wondering if he's gonna see this and it's gonna make him think maybe he could utilize this, or at least something like that. But I am hoping that this episode gives him more characterization because Alt needs it. He also didn't appear in this episode, so yeah. It looks like Alt will also use one of those strong spears on a Sableye to counter Roy. Yep. I think he's going to get that planted in his head, and he's going to be like, maybe I should think about utilizing this. And that's what causes him to kind of not like fully change over, but he maybe thinks, oh, maybe I can utilize this to my advantage and not let my Pokemon go berserk. Maybe Exceed are onto something, you know? And then he has to have his own redemption arc or something. Who knows? Okay, I have to go, unfortunately, but we'll watch the rest later. But keep an eye out for my comments on the video after it is posted if you can. Will do. Will do, Thomas. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I try to keep up with the comments on my videos. I just have a little bit of a harder time keeping up with it these days, but I will look out for them. I do see them on my YouTube Studio, though, on my phone app. But I will, I'll read your comments. And if I feel compelled to, I will respond. But yep, thanks again for joining, man. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully next time we'll be doing this at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, but we'll see. I want to get back to doing that eventually, but with it now going into summer, that might also complicate things, because with it being summer, I'm going to probably be, you know, not always available. People want to go to the beach, or might be out of town. I know I'm going to be out of town one particular day, actually 2. I think 2 weekends in a row. I'm probably going to be doing the Horizon stream on a Sunday. That's the best I can do. It's summer. I gotta go and, you know, enjoy things while they're still warm and stuff. So will Alt go to the dark side to want more power? That could be the case. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if he's gonna see this and maybe he starts to think maybe there's a way to utilize this without, you know, Pokemon going berserk or whatever. And maybe that's what makes him start to lean towards Exceed or something. Who knows? I hope so. As in, I hope he realizes his mistake. Yeah, I feel like he ain't gonna just be a complete bad guy from now on or something like that. But he might eventually kind of realize that what he's doing is wrong, and then he redeems himself later on. That actually would be good. Because, like, people are kind of annoyed with Alt at the moment. So I'm hoping that maybe this is a change for the better for the character. He gets a little bit more characterization here, and he gets like a semi-major role, you know, in this arc. Eventually he realizes the error of his ways, and he becomes a good guy. One can hope, right? Songo and Onyx will battle Rico and Roy again. Yep. I'm excited that those two are back. Don't really look too much different compared to, you know, the last year, but hey, Songo's in the episode, so it's an automatic 10 out of 10, am I right? I think it would be neat to have Songo Mega Evolve or Glalie in the next episode. Yeah, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen, at least not right now. Like, I don't know, Alt is acting kind of sus in the next week's episode. Well, yeah. That's why I think he might be thinking maybe the Recruiting might not be so bad, or the Strong Spheres might not be so bad. Pikachu using his Volt Tackle to create a tornado to blow away the poison powder. Yeah, that was cool. I think Mousehold, they used like Tidy Up or something like that. And I like how it used Return to Me. It returned, yeah, I can't speak. Follow Me, excuse me. And that was like aiding Hattrem to like land an attack on it, on Vileplume. Cool stuff. They all work together to solve the problem. So Alt getting an arc where he starts off wanting power, but in the end it bites him in the butt and he learns from his mistakes. Yeah, probably. Because he clearly wants to compete with Roy, but Roy probably is like the better trainer right now. So he wants to like surpass Roy. So, you know, it's kind of a stereotype, but you know, it's kind of a like TV trope or whatever you want to call it. But like, he's clearly fitting that role where he probably feels like he needs to compensate for something. And he wants to surpass Roy by any means necessary. So he, you know, I guess goes to the dark side, so to say, to do so. And he ends up having to, he ends up creating a situation and he has to redeem himself, kind of thing. I would not be surprised if they go that route with his character. He needs something. Because again, like I said, he kind of comes off annoying right now, so we need something to kind of give him a little bit of a bump up. Character-wise. Wow, 13 votes, and it's mainly the top two, or it's only the top two options. Nice. I think people like this episode. 8 out of 10, I love the flashback about how they disbanded. Yeah, and I like how they're using flashbacks. They're using flashbacks quite a bit, and they're using it well, in my opinion. It gives me hope that Lucario / Riolu, whatever it is, that when Roy found it and caught it, it gives me hope that we're going to get that flashback someday to explain its capture. They've been using these flashbacks really well. They're using it in a way that's good. So hopefully they keep this up, because that gives me hope we're gonna see that Lucario flashback. And the opening alt is holding an ancient Pokeball, so could be that Rayquaza or a depiction of him wanting to catch Rayquaza like Roy. It could be, or he snatches it from Roy somehow. I don't know. Hard to say. Now we need a flashback of how Roy got Lucario. Yep, just like I said. Yeah, I'm holding on to some hope that they'll do this. Like I said in a previous stream, it would be neat if they mirrored it like the Captain Pikachu episode, where it had its origin story, and they did the same for Roy with Lucario here. That'd be cool. We get a little bit of Roy and Kalos too. Like, it is also emotional with Mollie and the Rising Bolt Tacklers, how the group disbanded. Oh yeah. As soon as Liko remembered that, she kind of was she was visibly upset about it. So it shows that whole situation really deeply affected them all. It's nice. I thought the creepy faces in the woods was kind of neat. Yeah, it was just a silly moment in the episode. So Liko getting a Litwick would fit. I'm actually starting to agree with Thomas. Actually, the Chandelure, it might actually work, but we'll just see. We will see. Seeing as the secondary Pokemon are getting the shine they deserve, maybe we'll get another Pokemon showing up here for Liko and Dot. Whenever Dot decides to come out of hiding. Got a quiet crowd today. It's okay though. Like I said, we will get back to eventually doing these streams at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. My intention is to do that eventually, as long as I'm not busy, and I've been busy these last 2 months, so, and not for the best of reasons either. Today was a casual event though, so not a bad thing, but just couldn't do my stream at 12. Anyways, back to the chat. Giving Liko and Dot new Mega Evolutions from 8ZA. Yep, I guess we'll just have to see what those new Mega Evolutions are. Granted, we get them. Maybe we'll start getting some trailers here showing off some new stuff. Hopefully they don't show too much, because that's a big problem that they have when it comes to these games. They'll show up too much, and then you get to the game, you're like, yeah, nothing's surprising me. I think when Hattrem evolves, it will get Dazzling Gleam to replace Heal Pulse. Dazzling Gleam would be pretty good. and then get Psycho Cut to replace Confusion. And that would work. Okay, we got 13 votes. If you haven't voted yet, go ahead and vote. And also like the video stream if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Okay. We have another Pokemon Direct in August, so I'm guessing that's where they will showcase new Mega Evolutions. Hopefully last year we didn't have it. But I assume now that Legend ZA is coming out later this year, then yeah, we'll definitely have an August Direct. Also hearing all these Gen 10 rumors, so could Gen 10 be teased in August? I doubt it. I wouldn't expect Gen 10 until next year, Sharon. It'll be in time for the 30th anniversary. Jeez Louise, 30th anniversary, man. 3 decades of Pokemon, that is kind of hard to fathom. Wow, it's pretty quiet today. Nah, not a whole lot of people today, which that's fine. It's fine. I think you're the only one that's her talking right now, Sharon. So pretty much the floor is yours. Pokemon Day next year for sure. Gen 10 will be teased. I'm hearing rumors about the region taking place in Greece. I'm kind of a little skeptical about where it's gonna be at. I've heard some stuff, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, am I right? Oh, sweet. Astral Observatory. Like, we can finally get a Pegasus and Griffin Pokemon? Huh. Gal Griffin. A Griffin. Oh, wow. We have a tie in the poll. 50% 10-9, 50% 8-7. I think that's the first time we've had a tie in a long time, if ever. Someone's got to throw the tie-breaking vote. Just don't vote 6-5 or lower than 5, otherwise then we're going to have a problem, y'all. Like, I imagine the Griffin being a pseudo of the region. I would assume so. If it's a legendary based on the Griffin, then I would assume that, I'd assume it's the pseudo, or either the pseudo or possibly the box mascot. Hippogriff Pokemon? Oh, hey. Here. Got some Final Fantasy X lo-fi, I see. We also need a proper Mermaid Pokemon. Wouldn't Poplio's line kind of fit a little bit there? I see what you mean, though, but it's Pokemon still, so... Yeah. Hey, Pokefan, you made it. It's been pretty quiet today. Oh, you cast a tie-breaking vote. I see. I was kind of getting a little nervous. I was like, man, this is a quieter stream than I'm used to. We haven't had one of these quiet streams since like late 2023. But it's okay. Like I said, at some point we'll probably try to get this back to 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. So I'm guessing we will have an episode where we see Orla and Murdoch again and what they have been up to this last year. Yeah, I would assume so. Probably pretty soon, I'd assume. I imagine Murdoch working at some sort of restaurant, Orla helping out with inventions. I like the episode, was really nice, so glad we finally saw our first ever second Mon use Terra. Yep! Again, I said this earlier, but I'm actually really happy with the how the secondary Pokemon have been treated so far this arc. They feel more relevant, and that's good. And I find it interesting that the starters were actually sidelined for a change in this episode. It's a bit of a change than what I'm used to, so that's good. We'll see if Kilowattrel ends up terastalizing here soon. That would be great, as I have been I've been wanting the secondary Pokemon to terastalize. I remember a while ago someone saying, oh, they were probably not going to do that, and look what happened now. They did it to one. So you know what that means? Kilowattrel, you can get terastalized. Lucario can stay just being Mega, but for the rest of the Pokemon, terastalize them, please and thanks. And then whenever Dot decides to show up in the seer, outside of the, her room, then we can have Tinkatuff maybe terastalize. Gotta give him all turns now. Kilowattrel Terra will most likely be electric. Yeah, that'd be the assumption, yeah. Real, the second Mon are getting a leg up. Yep. And I'm here for it. Thomas said earlier in the stream, she's like, you got your wish. I'm like, yep. This is what I wanted in Arc 4. But hey, we skipped an arc and got it now, so I'll take it. Yeah, I think the writers were aware of the criticism regarding the secondary Pokemon and have fixed the issue. I don't know if... I'm gonna say right now, they probably weren't, listening, coming to them, they didn't come to my videos or whatever, hey, that Mitchelmander guy in, America somewhere, we should listen to him and take this to heart. I imagine that they've gotten some criticism over there in, the East. So they probably listened to what some people have said over there and taken it a little bit to heart. But who knows? Also, not gonna lie, I'm very impressed with how balanced and not attention-hoggy Lucario has been. Yeah! Lucario hasn't been, completely stealing the spotlight from anyone. I mean, it was Roy was, his Pokemon, I feel like they were, besides, I think Crocodile kind of got the least amount of screen time among all of them there. When it comes to the battle. I just find it funny that the starters were the ones that, had to sit out, and the rest of the Pokemon had to do their thing. But Hattrem was the MVP. So that was cool. It hasn't got a spotlight in a long time, so yeah. Now let's hope that the rest of the secondary Pokemon, or the rest of the other Pokemon, actually get their times to shine here and there. I'm glad they're not hogging all the spotlight on Lucario. It's not like what Journeys did with Ash and Riola, where it was mostly all used. Yeah, that was a huge issue. If you go back to I don't remember what I said anymore in those reviews. It's been like 5 years, bro. I'm not going to remember what I said 5 years ago. But I remember one of the things that bothered me was after Riolu was caught, Gengar and Dragonite dropped off a cliff. They, like, stopped getting, like, focus. Like, and then for a long time, they just struggled with that. Riolu just was the main Mon. And then there was a point where after it evolved, it dropped off. Though Sirfetch'd got some... Farfetch'd, then later Sirfetch'd got some love for a little bit. But I don't want to make this about journeys. But yeah. I remember that. Just weird to say that was 5 years ago when all that stuff was going down. Last night, a few of us got a verbal shaming and beat down because a few people, including myself, had previously, before Season 5 had started, had valid criticism worrying about Lucario and it being like Ash, which is, in all fairness, was a valid concern to worry Lucario would overshadow the second Mon, so did we really need to be told off? No. It's absolutely valid to have those thoughts, and you know, things are looking pretty good so far this arc. I don't know why people are just like nasty about things. I mean, I know this happens in any community, but like, this is, you know, it's just a fictional show. It's not that deep. Let's just be real. It's not that deep that you like insult people over it, you know? Like, we might have disagreements. Look, we ain't gonna see eye to eye and everything when it comes to this show. I think that's perfectly fine. But, like, there's no reason to, like, go and, like, insult people for having a different opinion. Let's just be real. Oh, we're back to 50-50 with 10, 9, 8, 7. And guess we're stuck again. Basically, it was like, y'all all owe me, and mainly Lucario, an apology. Y'all are so judgmental. Sheesh. Couldn't even give him a chance because y'all thought it would be like Ash. Well, yeah, I mean, all you need to say is, like, these are just valid concerns, and I'm glad that things are working out, you know? I'm glad that, like, so far hasn't been hogging the complete spotlight from every other Mon. It's been pretty balanced so far. Like, I think, you know, we were concerned in the beginning, but now, so far, it's, you know, going pretty good so far. No reason to insult. Please and thanks. I mean, Journey's had that power scaling issue with Ash and Lucario, like in battles. It was OP, and in other battles it got knocked out quickly. Well, yeah, power scaling was a pretty big issue in Journeys. Not to mention Ash's team just got this massive power up, and were just way stronger than all his previous teams. And it didn't feel, I wouldn't say not completely, like, unearned, but like, I don't know, Lucario was the one that he legitimately, you know, earned its power. Dracovish was already just a powerhouse, and he already had Dragonite and Gengar, which are fully evolved Pokemon. But yeah. Not to mention most of his battles, he was the underdog, and he just pulled off a win at the end. But I don't want to make this about Journeys. I could go on about my issues with the series. I mean, the episode where Kilowatt will Terastalizes, it should get a stronger electric move to replace Spark, like Discharge. Yes, but at the same time, if you do something like that, people are going to immediately compare it to this. They're like, oh, this is exactly what happened with the Hattrem episode. Is this going to be the same thing with Tinkatuff? It's just going to learn a new move when it Terastalizes? I worry that people are going to immediately compare that, you know, that happening to this. So hopefully, you know, it's handled well. But yeah, it needs a stronger move than Spark. Oh, and we absolutely said that after, because we were like, it's not that personal. But I'll let you in on a secret. This person was a Lucario Glazer because it's his favorite mon, so yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, I see. I mean, Journeys was Ash's last series, so they wanted him to go all out with his team. I understand. I just think that, I don't know, they didn't really do the best job at presenting it. I still think that the series is, like, it had a lot of, like, what's the word? It definitely was a full circle series. Calling it just Pocket Monsters in Japan was a clear sign that they were kind of wrapping up Ash's story. But it was overly ambitious. Going to all the regions, you know, meeting a lot of past characters, bringing them back. Very ambitious. A little too much, which is why it came off kind of underwhelming in various different cases. Sometimes it succeeded. Don't get me wrong, the Lily episode is still one of the best Pokemon episodes ever. Not to mention, you know, Pikachu versus Charizard. That whole battle was a 1,000 out of 10 moment. But yeah, there's a lot in the series that was very much like wasted potential, honestly. But yeah. Anyways, back to the episode. I absolutely love Hattrem getting to showcase her personality and being a pacifist because truthfully, she's not a fighter. Yep, I agree. I'm glad that Hattrem chose not to knock out the Vileplume. Like, she wants to be a healer, not a fighter. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. Even though it, you know, can fight now, it kind of feels like it's more of like, hey, I just want to help other Pokemon and understand their feelings, because it still has that overly emotional side from when it was, you know, a Tenna. Although I won't lie, Healing Wish is a double-edged sword because it can be good, but also risky. Yeah. Felt like Journeys was just a lot of fan service. Well, yep. Because it was, really. Plus, it didn't even work properly. Hattrem was supposed to heal Masquerada completely of poison and restore HP, then swap her back. And again, while Hattrem fainted. Yep. Didn't work exactly the same way, but yeah. Yo, what's up, Emilio? How you doing? Welcome in. Healing Wish, though, can be a risky move. Pretty much what PokeFan just said. I really wish she was I wish she was Terasteel instead, because she's mainly a support mon, and Steel is a good defensive type. Oh well, yeah. I see what the series is doing. They're kind of just sticking to basic ones. Yeah, kind of to be expected at this point. Yeah, Healing Wish, Lico's going to want to utilize that very rarely. Maybe when Hattrem's like pushed to a corner and Meowscarada is like fainted or something, it uses it and brings it back or something, I don't know. Like, how handy would that move really be in battles? Again, if Hattrem is pushed to a corner and Masquerade is fainted, it could bring it back and maybe turn the tide. I don't know. Tinkatuff should be Terasteel, yeah, what PokeFan said. So it learned a new move, yet it won't be able to really utilize it much. Yeah, again, in certain situations they'll be able to utilize it, but not all situations. Ironically, I had someone tell me the other day Hattrem is a support Pokemon, and after I said that Terasteel thing, they got mad and went, "She's not a supporter Pokemon. Where'd you get that from?" You know, you know what you need to do? In those cases, you probably should screenshot and just say, "This you." And that's how you get them. This you. Oh, but now you're changing it? I was gonna say, these people, like, why are they, like this? Just have a chill conversation. Tinkatuff evolves and has Terasteel with Gigaton Hammer. Oh my gosh, it's Fizzle Wizard. I can't believe this. Did you put it on your TV and now you guys are watching me? Is that what's going on, or are you just watching it on your phone? Because if so, if Matt's listening and I haven't seen your package yet come to the door. Still waiting on it. Can Tinkatuff learn Ironhead? Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I don't use Tinkatuff, so. Oh. Why did Mollie touch her cheek like that if she's looking for, wrinkles? I don't know. I felt like that was like kind of a minor part of the episode. He's heading home. It just arrived, it said, right as he was leaving. Alright, let me check again. Oh, never mind, you're right. It did arrive. I pinched my finger on my door. Well, guys, Matt's home, so get ready to say hi to him. And that includes you, Fizz. You can say hi to him after you just got done seeing him. Speaking of packages, I actually got some new stuff yesterday. New charger, cable, grip case, thumbstick grips, and plush, which I posted in anipoke. Nice. Hey. Say hi to the chat. Matt's here, guys. Nick says hi, even though you literally just saw him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, after I'm done with this, I might go get some ice cream.
Nice. I have some in the fridge if you want some. I'm going to share.
Maybe I was thinking Dairy Queen, though.
That's fine.
I don't know, I'm in the mood. Like Mollie is afraid of looking at like her mom. Maybe a little bit. Sometimes when you get a little bit older, you get a little self-conscious. Pokefan, which push you get? Oh, Cap. Yo, what's up, Kelsey? I think the next episode will have some of the explorers. Yeah. It's in the preview. Pokefan says hi. Sharon says hi. Ice cream, yum. Seeing the Ferret is nice since it's a cute Pokemon that I like. Oh yeah, Ferret's pretty cool. Should I ask Matt a question, chat? Alright. I'll give you a random question and you get... Just because in the series right now we're in Johto. What is, Matt, what would you say is your favorite Johtomon?
Oh, Tyranitar.
Tyranitar?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little bit faster than I was expecting.
He was my boy for so long. Like, he was my favorite dude.
Gotcha. How about your least favorite Johtomon?
That's a little harder.
I was gonna say, I'll make you think of that for a second. I'll respond to chat while I wait. It says, what happened to the Methio? MIA currently. What's up?
So I'll untackle the gunplug while I'm thinking.
Okay.
Oh, man, I'm gonna be busy.
This episode is better than I thought it would be. Oh, it was a good one, yeah. Do you think Spinel captured a Methio? Don't know. He didn't. I didn't see any implication that he did. I feel he's working behind the scenes or something. Not gonna lie, I bet Masquerado was like, "Are you for real right now? I wanted to Terra like always." Nah, probably just respects it. Macargo. Macargo is from Johto and not Hoenn.
Right.
That's what Sharon said.
Yes, look one Macargo again too.
That's what I thought.
You go confused because it appears a lot more in Hoenn than it did in Johto for some reason.
Yeah, that's interesting. I want to see that confident look wiped off Spinel's face. There's something enjoyable about that. But this episode had a flashback. Yeah, flashbacks have been doing pretty good so far in the series. I'm trying to think what else I can say. Would you say Hoenn is your favorite region, or up there?
It's up there.
Okay. Trying to think what else I can throw to the chat. Should I ask them? I got 8 people here.
Go for it.
Hey, do you guys have any questions for Matt, Sharon? Sharon likes to ask questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll do this. Let's see. Matthew returns with a new Mega Pokemon like maybe Glade. That'd be cool. Glade's cool. Since it fits the whole night theme in his team, yeah. Roy got Glade. Would have been cool. At least it doesn't have take 4 episodes like Naruto. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Does Matt like spicy food?
Yes.
That was quick.
I can't eat as much in my old age anymore, but I do like spicy food. And also the answer that's Granville.
Alola, Galar, Paldea. Who's Matt's favorite Rise and Volt Tackler member? He doesn't watch the show.
Yeah, I don't watch the show. I don't really interact with the franchise anymore, honestly. It's not newer stuff.
Some games.
Yeah.
Do you like Indian food?
Yes, I'm actually gonna make curry tomorrow for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a white boy curry, so it's not too authentic, but it has spices and all that in it. I like it a lot. It's pretty good.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you're gonna ask Matt questions, I'd probably focus more on the games rather than the series. Okay. I think Shalane, Chalice, and
I have a question for you, actually, if you want to answer.
What's up?
When the NSO expansion comes to Switch 2 and the games become available, will you stream Pokemon Coliseum and XD?
I might.
Yeah, I do recommend they are really good games.
I think the first priority is going to be Wind Waker, but yeah. Oh, I like this question. Has Matt ever played a Pokemon game?
No, never in my life. I don't even know what a Pokemon is.
Yeah, what is Pokemon? What are we even talking about right now? What am I even doing? Who is Matt's all-time favorite Pokemon?
Aegislash.
Hmm.
I know it's kind of a back pocket answer, but I like the Living Sword dude. He's pretty cool. I also like the Living Anchor dude from Delmise. Is it? Yeah.
Let's see. It has Tell Matt Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness was good. Did you ever get in the Mystery Dungeon?
I have not played Mystery Dungeon, but I've heard good things.
I was gonna say I know Nick likes Mystery Dungeon. Has Matt ever played Super Smash Bros?
Not very good at it.
Oh, here comes some more. Have you ever played Zelda, Mario, or Kirby games?
Yes, all of those things.
Yep. Oh, Nick's still here. He said, He probably heard the Mystery Dungeon comment. I heard my name, he said.
I'm more of a Souls guy these days, but I have played most Nintendo IPs at least once.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I figured I'd throw it out to the chat sometime because they get excited when you show up.
Yeah.
Does Matt like Kingdom Hearts?
I've played Kingdom Hearts. This is neither the time nor the place on what I think about Kingdom Hearts. I think it's fun. It's a fun game. I think the narrative is random.
Gotcha.
I'm not a fan of the writing.
Gotcha. That's fair. I don't think Zelda live action could be that bad. Well, we'll see what happens. Does Matt like Final Fantasy?
Oh god.
Yeah, I think you just started something, chat.
So,
Sharon, go ahead.
The movie I just watched with Nick just now, one of the actors in it is the voice actor for Sid in FF16. So I just heard his voice and I was just ruined. Like, oh, that's Sid. I'm watching a movie with Sid in it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a good movie, though. I recommend it.
Which movie is that?
It's called The Witch. It's by Robert Eggers.
Gotcha.
Same guy who did Nosferatu.
Yeah. Just thought of something. Will Cap end up losing Freed's goggles? Because I think that would be his breaking point, and he would either break down after or get angry and attack whoever caused that. Maybe. I think we need more Kingdom Hearts 4 news. Yeah. It's been how many years since that announcement now? 2, 3 years? Can you find Riku's voice actor on a podcast? Oh. Do you like Metroid? Super Metroid's pretty good. They give us another trailer. Yep. Has Matt heard of a cartoon called Witch? A character has his name. Is it like is the choke?
I know of a thing called Witch. But what I'm talking about isn't anything like that. It's a darker film.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Kevin? I was wondering what the difference between Hattrem's healer ability and Healing Wish. Healing Wish is kind of risky, wouldn't you say, Matt?
Yeah, I'm kind of out of it when it comes to strategy. Honestly, I haven't played in a while.
Did you hear Sora's voice actor Haley Joel Osment got arrested a couple of weeks ago? I did not. That's news to me. Nick says, does Matt like Metroid?
I'm sure if I played it, I'd like it. One of these days, I'll play Metroid Prime.
I got it right over there if you want to try it out sometime.
Yeah, I'm kind of trapped in Oblivion right now, so yeah.
Gotcha. Speaking of games, we need more to give us Sly Cooper 5. I need a conclusion after that cliffhanger. I don't know if he should be recast based on that, no. Okay, I probably, we got quite a bit of questions for Matt. I can probably, let you go unless you want, if you don't mind.
Every question is yes. I don't care what it is.
His answer from now on is yes. Just be careful what you say, chat. Like Sora's voice is iconic, yeah. Oh, I just realized we did get a tie-breaking vote. So 10-9 is back to winning. No sister very well. Hey guys, listen to the music that's playing in the background. A little bit of Pokemon and mixed in, but it's an original. Healer heals a status condition when the user faints. Healing Wish can restore HP, heal a status condition, and swap a Pokemon, but at the cost of fainting the user. Alright, sounds good. Say bye to Matt, everyone. Yep. Will David Gallagher still be Riku in Kingdom Hearts 4? Who knows? Hate when the big deal about stars getting arrested like the college admission scandal. That was a while ago. Oh, I remember that. Hope that helped. Can't see why not. Oh, Matt's off to play Oblivion. Okay. Oh my gosh. I just realized we're over an hour into the stream. I lost track of time. Thank you. I helps a lot. Okay, y'all. I guess technically we've been talking about whatever since Matt came in. This new charger works fast. Nice. That's pretty cool, y'all. Already at 70% on my phone. Nice. That's cool, man. Wonder if Glalie got a new move. I guess we'll find out. Snow escape? Are voice actors changing a deal breaker though? Because Arnold from Harold had quite a few voices. I mean, can't really have the same voice actor if they're a kid and, you know, they're hitting puberty and their voice changes. Kind of got to switch them out. Depends on the character and how long the VA has been voicing them, too. And the circumstances beyond, you know, behind them, you know, either stepping out of the role or losing it for some reason. That's another factor as well. Speaking of Sango, I hope we see more demon pudding. Yep, me too. Maybe it got some more training in the last year because it was kind of untrained. Do you think Liko or Dot will make a capture considering they have to be able to evolve to next catch, then Mega Evolve? I'd like to see them Mega Evolve, like get a Pokemon then Mega Evolve them. Liko seemed to be intrigued by Mega Evolution when she saw it for the first time, so maybe that's a hint that we might be getting that with her at some point. Would be cool. I feel like 25-30 episodes isn't enough time to do all that. Yeah, I mean, we might get some decent time towards it, you know? I mean, 25-30 episodes is still like, you know, a pretty decent chunk of a series. Like if a Pokemon series has 150 episodes, roughly, you know, 30 episodes, that's 20% of the series, so maybe that should be enough? Maybe? Feel bad for him, though. I know, in Japan, it's a huge deal because they never swap VAs out of respect unless something happens like health or a crime. Yeah. And even then, it takes a while to replace them. I mean, if the character is already older, then it's fine if the voice actor gets older. I remember when Bonnie's voice actor in Japan got changed temporarily because her current VA gave birth. Yeah, sometimes they'll take breaks here and there and maybe get some stand-ins here and there. Next week I'm expecting people to go wild with their copium of Alt being a spy theory because that's all people think of him now. I don't know if that's going to be the case personally, but we'll see. I think that, I said this earlier in the stream, I think he might be kind of a little bit jealous of Roy. That's why he like wants to beat him or like, you know, one up him. So I get the feeling that maybe he sees the strong sphere or whatever and it gets him kind of hooked on the idea of, hey, maybe this Requiem stuff isn't as bad as it seems. Maybe there'll be a way that I can control my Pokemon. You know, and then he does that and it puts him in a situation and eventually has to redeem himself. I feel like there's some potential there for that possibly happening. But we'll see. I think it would most likely be its 2-stage evolution. Personally, I want Liko to have a Mega Clefable. Ooh. Might work. Count Alt be working with the explorers as an undercover? You mean could? I'm still kind of unconvinced, but we'll see. I kind of want to see some evidence pointing to that, I guess. Although, no offense to male voice actors, sometimes I can tell who is the second. The talk, Samuel Vincent. He's a Canadian voice. I can tell it's him. Oh, you talk about... Doesn't he voice Double D in Ed, Edd n Eddy? He's got a pretty recognizable voice. You remember when Raihan's Japanese voice actor was replaced? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Didn't he have a controversy? I personally think Alt will steal a Recurium Strong Sphere, and later he'll use it either against Roy after being backed into a corner or against Rayquaza. Yeah. He's gonna look at this as hey, maybe this isn't as bad as I think it is. Maybe we can use this to our advantage or something. I think Alt will get a Recurium Sphere and keep it for a while. Pretty much what Pokefan just said. That's a show name I haven't heard in years. Oh, Ed, Edd n Eddy, yeah. It's a good show. Have you seen Inside Out 2? No, I have not. I don't really go to the movies as much as I used to. Last movie that I saw, I believe, in theaters was Sonic 3. Me and Sharon always on the same page. That seems to be the case. The change, the voice actors, and that. I see. How about Matt Hill as Ed? See, I'm not really familiar with his work outside of that role, but if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, yep, I can tell it's him. Alright, water. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom again. Alright, you guys keep chatting. I gotta go pee again. Alright, I'm back. Okay, what did you guys talk about? Tara Strong is a very recognizable voice. Yeah. Cree Summer and Tom Kenny. Yep. I think Alt most likely will use the Strong Sphere because Liko and Roy will be backed into a corner. Wonder if we are going to see Agate's... crap. Her Pokemon, yeah. Her third Pokemon or something else. I don't know. I forgot. Agate needs to be utilized more. I don't think I know Cree Summer is Chloe from Clifford. Oh, yep. Yeah, you're right. Don't ask how I know that. And she was also in in that codename Kid Next Door. Yep, just like Sharon was saying. Yep. I have a funny feeling she may have a Malamar, considering Spinel and her teams mimic each other. Maybe. It'd be pretty neat. More Kalos representation. I'm still sad about that. Hypno could be too. Yeah, that could work. Grumpig. What? Oh, you guys didn't know that? I thought he passed away a long time ago. Like early 2000s, I think. Early mid, I think. (2003). Gaga is going to have a pretty big role this arc. She's like Spino's second in command. Yeah, hope so. Haven't seen her in a while. Yep. Tara Strong, Timmy Turner, Twilight Sparkle, Harley Quinn. Yep. A lot of other characters. My Terrestrial debut, I have to admit, the second half of Terrestrial debut was really good. Yeah. Definitely Spino trust her more than Songo and Onyx. Yep. And I'm waiting for that betrayal to come up. You know, that's going to be coming at some point. It's going to be good to see that fall out. The beginning of Terastalizes Day was boring. Oh, really? You mean like the first, like, gym battles? I'm not focusing on the Pokemon Ranger. So I want to see the look on her face when she's all about, I'm your best admin. Yeah. He's like, not anymore. Yeah, the first ones I see. I liked Roy's battle though. Dots was the most disappointing. Well, Liko honestly was kind of disappointing as well. She definitely should have won that one. But yeah. Arc 4 had pacing issues. Yep. Whenever I ever get my whenever I do my review for Arc 4, that's gonna be a part of like my criticisms for that arc. But yeah, whenever that is, I don't know when that's gonna be. I still haven't sat down and even worked on it. Hopefully before the end of this month I'll be able to do it. Maybe on Memorial Day. Oh, actually no, I'm busy Memorial Day. I'll figure something out. Alright. Y'all, it's getting... We're about an hour and a half into the stream, so you guys got anything else for me to talk... You guys want to talk about before we get on out of here? Like the time in Area Zero was rushed. Yeah, well, we'll get to that whenever I do my review. I would love a Freed either actually brainwashed or pretending to be brainwashed. Worked his way up to becoming Spindle's second in command, replacing Agate and causing beef. But that's just a what if fun thought. Yeah, that would be funny. And she gets jealous. Free gets brainwashed by Spindle and ends up working for him. Yeah, pretty much what Pokefan said. Roy's battle was really good. Liko versus Katie was bad. Dot's battle was expected. Like her development episode before was really, really good. Yeah, in hindsight, Liko's loss against Katie is actually one of the... It was actually probably one of my least favorite moments in the series, at least for that arc. Definitely should have won that battle. Considering how much stronger she got after that arc ended. So I think Ash was immortal since he never aged. So you think he's still 10? Even after this 1 year? Yeah, pretty much what Pokefan said on a shirt or cup. Yeah, we need pretty much what Pokemon said on a shirt or cup. Maybe if I ever do merch someday, Pokefan, I'll put it on there. And then you just need to like wear it around and be like, yep. That's about how we do. I have a few things that could work on merch, but maybe one day, if I ever get bigger. Having less than 2K subs pretty much means I'm still the little guy on YouTube's. Liko vs. Katie, one of the worst battles in this series. Yeah, could have been good, but, you know, hey. But she still passed because she Terastalized at the right time, so it counted. Liko didn't learn anything from battling Katie. She did utilize Terastalization at the right moment. It's just that loss still stings, considering, you know, she later lost against Grusha. I feel she should have won that battle. Liko and Roy should have won their battles. Dot, I'm fine with her losing that battle, but now that she has Quaxwell, maybe she could win this time. I would like a rematch between, Dot and Iono. And Dot wins this time. I understand why Katie won, unfortunately. She did lower Forgato's stats quite a bit. Yep. So they kind of used a little bit of game logic there to give Katie the W. Alright, at least I've read that already. Dot vs. Larry was good for Dot's development, but the battle could have been better. Well, hey, again, now she's got Quaxwell, so maybe she'll do better. Two of her Pokemon have evolved since then. Well, she evolved one of her Pokemon during that battle, so maybe she'd do better the second time around. They did Florgato dirty in the beginning. She would beat Katie now. Well, yeah, I think now she probably wins pretty easily. If she beat her grandmother when she had the type disadvantage, I'd assume that, yeah, Liko would win now. It'd be kind of awkward if she didn't. Okay. Think we can get one more like so we can get 15 likes at least before the stream ends? Can we do it, y'all? If you haven't liked the stream already, do so. And vote in the poll if you haven't. If you've done both, then you've done your part. You got 20 votes. Watch Teddy Ursa become either an Ursaring or Ursaluna. Oh boy, never mind. And just like that, I think we got to 15 likes. Thank you. Hoping for 20 likes eventually, but yep. We'll take the 15 for now. I didn't care for Rhyme's battle either, but I don't like Rhyme. Her dub actress was really good. I kind of like the whole, Rhyme battle, like Roy losing the Rhyme and then coming back and winning. It was some pretty neat development for Roy at the time, who's gotten even stronger since then, by the way. So yeah. Actually, it did evolve into its first evolution in that second rematch in the game. We need that Nimona versus Roy rematch now, since Nimona is opening, so we'll most likely see her again, and Roy is stronger, so you might have a chance at beating her. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be seeing that very soon. We head on back to Paldea. It should have been a double battle like in the games, not 2-on-2. Yeah, I would have liked a double battle. Kilowattrel definitely got disrespected in that battle. I still won't forgive them for not letting Kilo get a second chance against Ryan. Like, bro, yeah, that was not a good look. Brassius would have an Oblivion now. Probably. Huh. Okay. You all got anything else for me? I want to see Nimona and Roy have a 3v3 battle. That would work. They got 3 Pokemon appropriate for that. Hattrem should have beat Titan. Love Grusha and Horizons, and the voice actors should get a promotion. Oh, Bryce. No, I'm familiar with Bryce and his voice acting background. He's also Inosuke from Demon Slayer, so yeah, the dude is good at his job. Nimona with Palmot, Gudra, and Lycanroc. It would be funny if Nimona megas her Palmot, which don't even exist, and it's only possible because of her love of battle is so strong. The logics of who can mega goes out of the window. That would be interesting. Would not expect that, but hey, it is Nimona. She's pretty much Goku, so like Goku, she'll pull out some new transformation that didn't exist before. And win. Who is that trainer with the Cinderace in the opening? I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. Off the top of my head, I don't know. We need to see Arven again. Yeah. Still need to make that joke video whenever I get the motivation to. Gonna send a Nimona video on Discord that's hilarious. Yeah, I'll check it out in a little bit. I think after the stream ends, I need to go get my ice cream before it gets too dark out. I feel like that trainer with the Cinderace will be its own episode. Maybe. People thinking it's Go, like, please. Yeah. Why? Do you really expect Go to show up at this point? Like, the Cinderace may be a sports theme episode. Maybe. Put it in Pokemon. Yep, I'll check it out in a little while. Hold on, I'm just reading something. Okay. Did you see the description for the Stunfisk episode yet? Or is it not revealed? I haven't checked recently. I don't think it's out yet. I can check right now if you want me to. Let me see. To my knowledge, it's not available. There is no summary for this episode as of right now. I'm not sure if I'd make a video on it. I usually don't do that. If it's just one episode, unless there's like something major happening in the episode, then I would. it doesn't seem like an episode that I need to make another video about, you know. It'd be funny to have Masquerada do a magic trick on Cinderace to pull it out of a hat. Interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna go and cook some cheese bread. Been fun like always, y'all. And you know, guys, take care. Thanks, Pokefan. Thank you again for showing up, and hopefully you like your cheese bread. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And hopefully we'll be back to 12 p.m. Eastern next week, but we'll see. I'll know by the time we get to next week. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. You know, Masquerade Magic Show theme episode. That'd be fun. Okay, guys, it's been over an hour and a half now. So we're probably going to be wrapping things up here soon. So, you guys want to give your, give some more last thoughts here? Go right ahead. We need a... Okay, we already read that one. Okay, thank you. I was curious. I don't think you need to make a video on it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like an episode that I would need to make another video on. Like, it's already part of one, even though there's no description. But unless there's, like, something big in the summary, then I would make a video on it. But if it's, like, pretty basic, then no. I might include it with, like, you know, the next... Like, if we got summaries for, like, the next 2 episodes after it or something like that, then sure, but... Yeah... I don't think there's any need for me to do a video on that one, unless there's something big going on. Welcome back, Thomas. I think Crocodile will evolve at the very end of the arc. Maybe. I'm happy to see Sango in the next episode. Me too. Me too. Episode 97 sounds like filler. I guess we'll see when we get there. Watch it be like... Watch like Murdoch or someone show up in the episode. You know, I thought episode 93 felt like filler, but clearly is not, since it, you know, trying to clear the Rising Volt Tackler's names. Sango has anger issues. Well, we knew that. Have Demon Pudding with Misty Explosion. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, once again, we're getting close to the end here, so you guys have anything else to say? Just post it in the chat. We'll go on for maybe a couple more minutes and then we'll wrap things up. Oh, before I forget, Sango and Sango and Onyx have a sandwich and rice ball in the dub. Yeah. They made it a cute moment. And then they called themselves like cornbread and seasoning or something like that. In dub, I remember hearing that. Because it's onigi and sandwich in the Japanese version. Which is basically what I just said, sandwich and rice ball. Episode 93 to me was still kind of filler, even though it really wasn't. Yeah, like the whole fact that they got someone to, you know, realize that the Rising Volt Tacklers are not bad people. And it carried into this episode shows that it truly wasn't filler, even though the episode mostly felt like it. Yeah, they did, but made a joke of it in the next episode. Yep. Okay. Do you like rice balls? I don't eat them, like, often, but they're pretty good. am off to make my dinner. Enjoy your ice cream. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for showing up. Well, again, we might try to do this at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone next week, so hopefully we'll get back on track, but we'll see. As long as, for all I know, there's someone that's going to need me for something again. Who knows? But once again, thank you for joining. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And hope you enjoy your dinner. Remember when Brock called rice balls jelly-filled donuts? Yep. Anyways, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up now. So, yep, we're going to go ahead. Oh my gosh. 9-10-1. Oh, you guys would like this episode, I take it. We're going to end the poll. I give it an 8, but since you guys like this so much, maybe we'll give it a 9. I don't know. Or 8.5. Something like that. But we're going to end the poll. Alright, we'll see you next week, Sharon. Maybe you'll be here for my gaming streams this next week. But anyways, yep, we're going to wrap things up here. So, we're kind of getting back to the swing of things with gaming streams. I think Monday we're going to be doing Kirby Superstar. The new Genshin update comes out on Tuesday, so we'll be doing that night. Maybe a little bit in the Wednesday. We'll see just where we're at. And, yeah, we'll be doing this next Saturday. And I gotta actually work on that Arvin video at some point. It's a joke video I've been wanting to do for like the last 3 months. Maybe I'll finally have the motivation to sit down and do it. But, yeah, anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here for today's stream. So, yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Solid episode. So, anyways, guys, if you are still here, thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a great rest of the day or night wherever you're at, and I will see you all later. Bye.